And tell me, why'd you come out today?
Well, I came out, I've been coming out every week, but I help tutor several Afghan refugee women, and so this is really important to me to defend them. We've been working with them for about 3 years. They're very bright. When they came, they were women, so they didn't go to school in Afghanistan. They couldn't read, they couldn't write their own language, and not only now do they read and they write, they didn't even know how to hold a pen, and now they're reading and writing in our language, our brand new language, and that is such guts. That is so gutsy to learn all that in a language that they didn't even know, and they're empowered and they're bright. They're so smart and they want to learn, so how do you not want to keep people like that? They're amazing. They're mothers. They're students. I mean, you know, they're such an asset to have. I can't even think what would happen if they had to go back.
So you're getting emotional here today. So.
Well, I am, because these are just very worthy people. They're so encouraging, and they want to learn, and they've had an opportunity they probably haven't ever had as women. And their daughters, the little girls, come and do flashcards with us. You know, so it's more rewarding for me probably even than it is for them. But yay! so we have to do what we can to support that community.
What did you think when this whole DHS thing started?
Oh, I don't know. All the information is so muddled on purpose. You know, we don't have any good information to go on, and so we just carry on and hope for the best and do all we can while we can do it.
What's your message to people out there who may not understand the gravity of
this? You guys, I just have to say what tough people, what strong people, and the women who've never had an opportunity to learn, and they want it, they appreciate it, and they're good at it, they're bright, they make connections that always surprises me. So these are kind of people that we need when we need to protect.
And can you tell me, why'd you come out today?
Okay, well, if you can see my button here, we're from Indivisible Dubuque County. We joined with, most of these folks are from Indivisible Cedar Rapids. We joined together because of the Afghan refugee situation, which I'm sure other people have explained, but Afghan refugees have been getting threatening letters that they have to be out of the country by the 20th of May, so that's only a week away. And these people are here because they helped American soldiers during the Afghanistan war, and they protected us. We brought them here to protect them from the Taliban, and now we're threatening to kick them out of the country, deport them back to Afghanistan, where they will likely face torture or death. And so that's why we're all out here. In fact, like I said, I'm from Dubuque County. We came down here because in Dubuque, we have a Ashley Hinson office, so we're in there all the time. In fact, during recess, we were in there every day for 2 weeks, but we still go at least once a week. But we don't have any offices for Senator Ernst and Grassley, so we came down here because we can talk to them too today. So it's kind of a triple header for us. It made the trip worthwhile. We came to protest with these nice folks, go visit the senators and Ashley Hinson, the representative, but we're also here because of Pete Buttigieg being here tonight, so we're going to go to his event as well. But it was worth it to us to come all the way down here. This issue is that important to us because we really fear for the Afghanistan refugees that are here in Iowa. There's something like 900 here, and it's just a shame for this state, for this country to turn their backs on them, because they did so many good things for us.
So you were saying that you're going to go talk to the lawmakers here today. So what are those conversations going to be looking like?
Well, we've all written letters, addressing. We're going to focus on. We try and focus on one issue, because if it's too many issues, it just who knows where it ends up. So we're focusing today on the Afghanistan refugees, the Afghan refugees, and hopefully they'll hear us and maybe take some action to reverse this deportation order for them. because it's just cruel. And these people have been here for several years. They've established themselves. They have jobs. They pay taxes. Their kids are in our schools and they pay taxes. So they should be allowed to have their kids go to our schools. And we're just going to turn our backs on them and send them potentially to their death. There was even an article in the paper, the Des Moines Register, I believe it was, where a young girl was interviewed. She was crying in the arms of her guidance counselor because her family was so fearful of being sent back to Afghanistan that, this is harsh, but they implied that they were considering suicide. They would rather just take care of it themselves than go back to the country where they would be tortured. So, that's horrible, but that's why we're out here today,
And, that's the first time I'm hearing of this letter that these refugees are getting. And so, can you kind of touch more into that side of things? And how information lately has been so muddled, especially with the media and the lack of clarity.
Yeah. Well, I've just read about it in the paper. That might have been the Des Moines Register as well. But yeah, it had, exact quotes from the letter, threatening things like, we know where you live, we'll come and get you, awful stuff.
And for anybody, that would be terrifying, right?
Yes.
So, I know you mentioned too about it's not safe for them to go back.
Right.
So, can you kind of, explain more about that side of things, like how they're going back potentially to someplace very dangerous?
Yeah, well, they stood with our when we had the Afghanistan war, the American soldiers were there, and a lot of Afghans sided against the Taliban, which was who we were fighting. I'm not a big expert on it, but who we were fighting, and they sided with us, became translators and protected American soldiers in that way. And then when the war was over and the Taliban had essentially won and taken over the country, they were fearing for their own lives because they had sided with us. And of course the Taliban was going to, arrest them and do who knows what with them. So the Americans said, well, you helped us, we're going to help you. They gave them, it's called temporary protected status. So they legally came to America, had to go through a lot of hoops to get here. And we will protect you. We will help you, live a life here, safe, not have to worry about the Taliban. We send them back to Afghanistan. What's going to happen to them? The Taliban, I'm sure, has them on some list of people that I don't know, they want to harm, and that's what we're concerned about. And what's happened to this country that we aren't looking out for people like that have looked out for us in the past? It's just shameful.
And was it a shocking thing to you to see the DHS make that move with just the political climate we're living in?
I'm sorry, did you say ICE?
DHS removing the order status. Was that shocking to you? With this political climate?
It was horrible, but I'll say I wasn't surprised because they've been taking that whole attitude for different immigrant groups in this country. We see that every day on the news. And so I was horrified. I felt terrified for them, but I guess I wasn't surprised because I just know where they're coming from and their attitude, and not that I'm condoning it, but it's just horrible. It's just horrible.
Is there anything else you'd like to share about today?
No. I just, like I said, I'm coming from Dubuque because it's that important to us. So, anyway.